So I just want to tell you that even before I pull the cards, and I don't always use cards, but I'm supposed to use cards for you because you're really good at being able to see things. You're a really visual person. I feel, even though you're tiny, there's this huge weight over you that you've carried for a long time. Big weight across your heart. Big sorrow. And you're almost ready to get rid of it. It means you have to like start to work on it to let it go. Your sadness.
Mhm.
And it's nothing to do with you losing somebody, it's the sadness of this world.
Okay.
Of here and now, of your timing, of your life. It's nothing to do with somebody who's passed, or it's not even a lost love or a lost boyfriend or a lost anything like that. It's not to do with loss, it's to do with dealing with life. And it's a sadness that's around you, and it's been around you for quite a few years. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
And it's a sadness about dealing with our world. It's about how you deal with our world, because you look like you're a real coper. People assume things about you, and they don't get the sensitivity that's within you, right? I mean, although you're strong,
Yeah.
I think the world underestimates you. But it's a real sadness that hangs around you, and it's hung around you for, let's see if I can get how many years. I would say 7. 7's the number that I get 7 years.
Mhm.
Last 7 years, it's just been this growing sadness around you that is about being misunderstood. It's about you being misunderstood. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's a real depth to you, a real, it's funny that the first card is ocean. There's a real depth to you, and what your angels are telling me, they're saying she's really good, she's got it, she's going to be fine in this lifetime, but she's going to have to always check in with herself and not focus on what other people think. You cannot, I really, really mean this, you cannot focus on what other people think. Absolutely, I beg you not to do that, because if you do that, it won't work for you. Life won't work for you if you focus on what other people think. Here's what I want to say to you that's really interesting. You're actually very balanced physically. So this first set of cards, half of them are split into the elements, which is earth, fire, air, and water. And our body is made up of those elements physically. So on a physical level, I've got water, earth, fire, air, and I've got an extra lot of fire, which is the feistiness, the drive, the desire inside you. Like, you've come here with an urge, with a, I almost want to say an urgency to be here and do something in this world. You've come here with a real drive. And you know what it is already. You've come here with an absolute plan. And your job is to follow your plan and not be so focused on what the world wishes to project onto you. The first card, which is really interesting, is one of the things that's going to be very important to you. It's very important to your generation and people that have come here with a knowing. And you have shown up here on this earth plane with a knowing. You've come here with a definite purpose, with something you definitely want to do, with an impact you absolutely wish to make on this world. You've also come here with one huge personal request, which is to love and be loved. It's a huge life request. Huge, it's the very first card. Because it says, yeah, okay, I will show up and be on purpose. I will show up and make a difference in my world. But if you don't bring me the great love of my life at a very young age, then screw it, I'm not interested. And it's the very first card, and it talks about falling in love, resurgence of a relationship, if there's one that's like been left behind and it's going to come back, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition. And it's saying, yes, 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 you will have this. Be patient for a little bit longer. How old are you? 22?
Nearly 23 next month.
Okay. Yeah, 22. It's funny because the number 22 is like all the ducks in a row. Get all your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
In these next few months. You're already doing it. You're really on track. I really want to tell you that. You're totally on track. And I know you know that because you push hard, you push yourself hard. Nobody ever has to kick you up the butt because you do it for yourself really well. But I want to say to you, not yet. By the time you hit 25, you'll have what you want. So it's not long, it's 2 years. Less than 2 years. Probably about 18 months. And I think, haven't you got like, isn't there an 18-month time frame about what you're doing? Because I've got this 18-month, I've got the number 18 around you here with work and school, and you've got 18 months before you finish.
I depends if I decide to finish then or not.
Okay.
But 2016 is like the year.
I really feel that too. I
Yeah.
almost want to say to you, keep pushing for 18
Yeah.
months' time, because there's some reason why you have to have it all pulled together
That's my year.
within
yeah.
18 months. And I feel like you already know, and I trust your knowing. What this reading is going to be more than anything for you is to confirm what you already know, because I'm dealing with a wise one. I'm not sitting here with somebody who's completely new to all of this. You're not at all. You know who you wish to be, you know exactly how you wish to spend your life. Stick to it.
Yeah.
Remember that the two goals, actually, one of them is to love and be loved, and the other is your work.
Yeah.
And between those two, there should be nothing else other than friends and a little bit of fun, a little bit of stuff that you wish to do. So in this card, there's so this is where it is. So when you allow other people's opinions of you to be stronger than your own opinion of you, it's because you haven't stepped out into your world with a strong opinion of yourself. So that's where it gets wishy-washy. If other people have a thought or feeling about you, it's very easy for you to then double question and second guess your own.
Yeah.
The rest of that message on this card is absolutely not true for you. I just want to focus on just the self-confidence. The rest of it doesn't matter. And then when we come to this card, keep doing what you're doing. You're on track. I just want to say that you're on track. Keep doing what you're doing and stand in what you know of yourself. It's not a belief.
Mm-hmm.
It's a knowing. It's really different. You know when someone says, I believe in God,
Yeah.
and somebody else says, well, I don't.
Yeah.
And then they can be in a wonderful, interesting debate and conflict. But there's other people who know that there's something more than this world. And you're one of those. You know that you're not just this Georgia in this body having this life experience. There's way more to you. So then the last one being fire is, and this is the only archangel that showed up in that deck. And one of the reasons it's the only one is because you've got a whole line of archangels, so you don't need very much in this one, because they're all going to talk to you in this next line. So this is about everything you do here. If you stay with your two desires, one to do with your work, one to do with your love and your life of loving and being loved, you'll have contentment, peace and abundance, a very happy life ahead, and for you to successfully complete each project. But I do feel like you need to work on one project at a time and not have 5 of them at once, because when you're scattered like that and you tend to put yourself in that position, it feels overwhelming, and then you get overwhelmed, and then wishy-washy comes in, and then you feel like you're not sure about yourself, and you start to question yourself. Please, please, please beg you to do one project at a time, get it done, put it to one side, work on the next one.
Yeah.
And we're at this one now. This is all the archangels, and it's interesting because the 2 in the centre are the same one, and everybody else is different. So Raphael is the archangel of healing. Remember I said to you about the sadness from the world, and it's the first one here, and it was the first one about relationship. And I feel like some of the sadness from the world is that it hasn't felt like you've had somebody connected to your leg, supporting you and walking with you in this life yet. Not yet. Just, you can't handle breaking up and making up and breaking up, and you can't handle that. For you, it's too hard on your heart, too hard. And I feel like one of the sadnesses has been, I feel like one of the misunderstandings has been in intimate relationships, but that's only because you haven't been quite ready yet. Not yet. So this is about taking care of your inner child, allowing yourself, and it talks about rekindled relationships. So it feels like there's something on the back burner that needs to come back when there's a bit of growing up done over here in him. So I feel like there's a relationship that has very much touched your heart and has hurt you, and I don't feel like he can come back yet. Don't let him in yet. 18 months. 18 months. He has to grow up loads and realise how fantastic and precious and amazing you are. Don't let him in yet. But it is possible that even if you choose to not have him back, that he will want back in.
Yeah.
So I do feel like it's come up twice. It came up in that first card in the other deck, and it's come up again in this one. And this is new friends, rekindled relationship from childhood.
Mhm.
So there's somebody from the past right there. Keeps coming up, this guy from the past. And I promise you that right here, one of the healing things that's definitely supposed to happen this lifetime is you're supposed to have the love of your life walk beside you. 100% promise is there.
Yeah, and that's what making your dream, like building things.
Yes.
Mm.
I don't feel like you're supposed to just build your dreams. I feel like you're helping to build other people's. I feel like you're somebody who's going to help people build their dreams. I feel like there's really a lot you're going to be doing. I really feel like you're going to help young people to stay connected to, like, you know, like kids have a balloon, and their balloon is, I want to be this when I grow up, I want to be that. And I feel like you're somebody who says, hold on tight, let me help you to hold on tight. I really do feel like you're going to help people hold on to their dreams. I really feel like you're important for that. An important person in our world. I do. And I've got it here, like I still feel like I've got young people here, because I've got the magician. Because he entertains the world. He's wearing purple, he's really spiritual, he's got like a rainbow of possibilities. He's not standing under a rainbow, he's holding it between his hands. I feel like that's what you've got this like magic in you. And it's about manifesting the life you want, and that what you need will appear in this extraordinary way. It already happens to you sometimes. Like, it mostly happens to you when you go, yeah, I'd really like that. And it's kind of like you go, ping, I'd really like that to occur, but not be attacked. And then you walk over here and you look back and you go, oh my gosh, I wanted that to happen and it happened.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't it happen when you least expect it?
Yeah.
When you say, yes,
It's
I'd like
so
that,
weird.
you go ping and you walk away, and then suddenly magic happens right where you've left it. It's really weird for you.
Even with little things.
Especially with little things.
Yeah.
Because you least expect them. And there's magic between your hands. You've got to know that you're kind of a rainmaker. You're somebody who can make things happen. You really are. And you're a puller of people together. It's kind of like a drawstring pouch. And you're somebody who can pull the string and get all these people in that pouch. And they're all mingling and meeting each other and doing things. You're definitely magic. It's fantastic. I love it. How do you find joy? How can you have the joy and the love of your life and all the things that are waiting for you every moment of every day if you're so busy beating yourself over the head with what you're not? Please, please, please stop doing that. Please, please stop doing that, would you?
I feel like when I get there, I'll stop.
You're there now. Don't wait to get there. You know, life is this wonderful thing where people say, well, I will be this when this happens. I will be happy when I'm married. I will be happy when I've got children. And then this thing that they'll be when this happens and that happens is not true. It's not how life really works.
Yeah.
Be this right here, right now.
Yeah.
You know, wake up and say, I'm there right now. Because otherwise you're always waiting to be something when you already are something. So be somebody right now. Stop waiting. The next one is Ariel. And there's so much to be grateful for. There is financial success, a promise of a really incredible life. And I've got a rich and rewarding family life here. I've got the love of your life here. I've got a rich and rewarding life all the way through all of this. It's really good. And it's like, okay, so how do I make all this happen? So we've had this is what you want, this is who you are, now it's how. What do I do to make this happen, to keep it coming in? How do I keep the ahas coming? How do I continue to get the success? How do I make things happen? And I'm telling you, these three are the how. Stand in gratitude, love. Stand in gratitude and love. And joy. Remember, joy's come up more than once.
Yeah.
Stand in a place where you go, how happy am I right now? Stand in front of the mirror and say, I am so happy. Even if you're not feeling, if you say I am this, you will become the thing that you say that you are.
Yeah, I have been lately because I think I've been the happiest I've ever been the last since probably October last year.
Good.
Just because I finally feel like I'm where I want to be.
I know you are where you want to be.
Yeah.
And you're not even
And it took
fully
me like
there
2
yet.
years to get to some point of it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You're definitely getting there. So it's about counting your blessings. It's about feeling blessed. Because you are blessed,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
You're blessed just to be in this life, young, beautiful, happy, free, with all kinds of talent pouring through you, and knowing that as a blessed one, that you're loved and be loved. Just know that. The next one is rest and relax. You do not get enough rest. You do not.
That's so crazy that that's come up.
I know. Because what happens when you're grateful and you're rested is you'll think big. You'll have like really big ideas and really big thoughts and really creative ideas, because I think you're hugely creative, like ridiculously creative. And this is about unseen forces, unseen support that are here to support your dreams too. Because I feel like you're the one who helps put other people's dreams together. I think you're brilliant at it, but who cares if your own dreams aren't coming in? So for you, dreams is not, it's funny, it's come straight after rest. It's interesting how we've got rest and then we've got dreams. But for you, dreams is not so much about the dream state, but it is in a way. Because you have to understand that every invention, including every item of clothing that you're wearing,
It's a vision.
it was somebody's idea, right? So everything we experience in life was somebody's thought pattern. And the only way they could bring it in is to have some space to create. Because without space, we've got no way to create. If you put someone in a box and you keep them busy all the time, how can they create outside of that box? But you tend to box yourself in. So let's take you out of the box so you can be really creative and watch what happens.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Do you have any questions?
Not really, but I find it really funny that the first card was a water card when I'm an Aquarian.
Yeah, of course you are.
And I was
And you flew.
conceived on a boat in water.
Interesting.
Water, yeah. How strange.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, I do feel, and water is a sign of life flowing, of movement, and it was the first card. And I'm not worried about your movement. I'm more concerned that you overthink and overanalyze and
Everything.
overworry everything. And so by putting music, especially watery music, on your head, if you've got classical music that's got water splashing in the background, you'll be brilliant. I think it'll really help you.
And it's funny, my family always say you need to just start living your own life and stop worrying about others and about us, because I'm constantly, my mum and my dad constantly, so that when it said about stop thinking, you leave others' dramas behind. And also I do think that because I give off and I am confident, and I do give off a real confident, sometimes it can be arrogant, and people, because of my accent, I don't know, it can come across quite, but actually I'm more caring and more sensitive than people think.
I know.
And it's not a defense mechanism, I'm just very strong, and I am, but I do have that side as well, but I think sometimes people don't see, so they judge me just on that and think I'm a bitch from that.
Right.
It's
not your problem.
Yeah.
Because remember that other people's judgment is their limitation. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, it's the law of reflection, isn't it? What
Exactly.
they think of themselves, they project onto other people.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
It was really cool.
That was so good.
I hope it was helpful.
It was really helpful.